is up, everybody? My name is Beatnuts, and today what we're gonna be doing is I'm kind of new to YouTube and all this other cool stuff. But today what I wanted to show with everyone is a lot of how I get my soul kind of chords and stuff like that going, or how I get like a boom bap thing going. So just wanted to show off like my tips that I have about that and some cool stuff there. So let's get straight into it. So bam, bam. We're gonna go here to our lovely DAW. Let me check to see if you guys can see me. Yeah, you guys are good. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna be doing is, I have a lot of stuff in terms of sounds and other stuff that I like to use, but if I like to just start fresh, what I usually like to do to warm myself up with like getting into the groove and getting into the vibe is looking for just hi-hats or something. So I usually like to just go to Splice, to be honest. So go to Splice and I just look for more of like the boom bap, just hi-hat stuff, because if that's what I'm going for, I want to go for like soul stuff like that. So go here, look for hats, but I want to look for something that's a loop. So let's see here. Some of them are really crazy. I like this middle one, so I usually like to just kind of go through them to see if there's anything cool that's in here. This is usually how I get started, is I always try to find some sort of solid bass or a chop or something, and then I'll like either add my own chops that I have some from my own stuff and just kind of build off of that, and then build chords around it. It's a whole weird process that I do it. It's kind of scattered for now, but it's honestly just whatever I feel at the moment. So that one was cool. I think I want something like that. Yeah, I'm going for a more low-key kind of vibe, a more, oh, shout out UNDRGRND STRS, shout out my B page. Didn't mean to do that, actually. I usually like to go for more of a vibe that's like just more low-key, something you could just knock your head to, you know, keep up with, because I think too much percussion can get a little crazy. 2, 3, 4, and 1. I usually also just like to chop it up in like a, put it on grid pretty much. So we're gonna do that. Let me put it like it's supposed to be, probably at 2. So now that I have this, what I want to try doing is honestly going through it and just adding layers on top of each other. So let's pull up just some keys or something, see how it goes. Pick up this little preset over here, and then got our little MIDI keyboard over here. Just gonna be playing some stuff here. So and this is just, at this point, it's just either me noodling or just trying to find the right key. I like those chords, so what I can do is I can just record that one chord that I hit that was really nice. So let's do that. Oh, it's a different one. Oh, but it kind of worked a little bit. So let's listen to that now. I also just what I usually like to do is just pitch around until I find a right thing. So when in doubt, go up 3. And if you can understand, for those who don't really because I know a little bit of music theory because I've been a band nerd for most of my life. Um, so for me, this might be a little bit more of like a oh, how'd you do that? How'd you make that sound so pretty? You could really go through and layer your stuff. So you could start here. It's the same thing if I were to just hit this. But my chords are slightly a bit different. Because I like to get in there with my stuff because you're supposed to have your right hand as like if you were playing a piano, right hand on one side where it's playing the chord, and then your lefty hand your bass. Um, but for me, a lot of finding chords and everything is just literally just hitting shit. I get lucky sometimes. So, um, but you could do the same thing where you pencil all this stuff in. It's just all up to you whether you're trained as a musician or you have no really musical experience with like doing band or classical stuff. You know what I mean? Like reading music is more so what I mean. But you don't really need any of that. So since I have this chord now here, sounds really cool. What I can do to play this chord to know what it sounds like without hearing the oh my god, my brain is not working. Without hearing the hats in the background, if I just want to hear it in this pattern, for FL users who don't know this, you can hit Alt and then hit right click on your mouse, and it brings up this little volume guy, and wherever you drag it over here, you can listen to it. So, little cool tip. But so far, these chords right now are solid. Like I didn't even really do much. I just hit one chord thing that sounded really cool. Thought it was really great, but then I pitched it all the way up 3 semitones or went down 3 semitones and found some chords and everything. So you really, with like boom bap, I feel like, or soul or whatever, the way that you can get with ISAIAH RASHAD type stuff, or even like Freddie Gibbs or whatever, you can add so much cooler stuff the more that you get into learning how to play the piano, which highly recommend. I'm still learning how to play piano. I can read music, but I can't play the piano at the same time for some reason. It's just really hard for me. But I'm still practicing every day, trying to learn. And I suggest if you want to produce and stuff like that, learn at least just one instrument. Just one instrument. And that's it. But enough of my rant. Let's get back to here. So those are pretty cool chords. Let's scoot this up a bit. There we go. So I have a good foundation now. Now I could just add layers. That's exactly what I want to do. So let's look through. Flex has some good pianos. Food's on the way, by the way. And this is just me adding a bass line too, so. Tell me for later. Really, really, really sensual, if you'll say that, I guess. I realized another thing that is probably why I'm tripping so much is because it's not stretched all the way. So let me fix that. That changes the groove. I kind of liked it there at the beginning though. Where it was like this instead. Let's do like 91. Add more layers. Now we're going to be using a bass guitar. I want to tilt this just a little bit because it sounds a little odd. I like doing this. It's not everything's perfectly in tune. That's okay. What I'll be doing from some of my bass lines is just doing octave shifts to give it some bounce every now and then. Something I highly recommend for a lot of people to do. Just even if it doesn't do too much. Let's hear it all together now. Just messing with some velocities to give it more of a real vibe. Sound. Let's look for kinda, yeah, I want some choir stuff. Yeah, just like that. Some gospel something. Let's do this. Now I could just copy this. A little crazy.
So good and tasty.
Alright, let's make this a little here. so now we pretty much have all of our stuff here. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. What I also like to do is after having this in here, I can just put this. You can hit Alt R after hitting the record on each track for FL. Render your mixture tracks and put them into WAV files. So now we have them as WAV files now. So I can cut some of this here. What I usually like to do with stuff like this is I like to have where I have the stems of them, and then I like to go back to the pattern, go here, get rid of this. Let's add some effects to it. So I'm just gonna do this so that way there's no more of this fucking lag. Just a little something to it to make it more like a sample. Because I have a lot of shit open right now. So that's the master. Now what I can do with it is I can get rid of this shit, but I want to keep the chords just in case. Just in case I need to use them for later on. So I can go ahead and go here, put them in a sampler, make them all nice and cool, and then get rid of all these. And now I have it as a chop. And boom. Have some nice ISAIAH RASHAD type samples. So the hi-hats really help out with it, I think, honestly, because if you're going for that kind of sound, it's like as if you were to put a trap clap on making a trap beat, if that makes sense. It helps out sometimes. But that's what I do with my boom bap samples. Just do some shit like that. And the cool thing is now that I have the stems, I can fuck with it. So make this here. I might leave that as is, or just turn it really loud or low. Let's hear this. And now we get to hear everything all together at once without the MIDI, of course, and our hi-hats. So let's hear what we got so far. Magic. So hope you like this video. I want to do a lot more revealing of songs of how I just go through the process, you know, cool things I like to do with my MIDI to help me get to that one point. But yeah, this is pretty much the sample. So might be putting this in the loop kit, who knows. But let's go back here. Oh wait, ignore that. I'm gonna let the music just kind of keep going and everything, maybe add some drums for later for the beat. But yeah, this is Beatnut signing off. Hope you have a great day and you do what you love. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.